I'm 27. My ex, Lena, is 25. We were together for almost 4 years, living together for 2. Honestly, I thought I was going to marry her someday. We had a dog together, shared rent, had routines, all that normal couple stuff. Nothing about our relationship felt toxic or dramatic. If anything, I was the boring stable guy while she was the loud, outgoing one everyone loved. About 3 months ago, Lena started acting weird. Not in the obvious coming home at 3 a.m. smelling like cologne kind of way. It was little things. She suddenly became super protective of her phone. Started going on late drives to clear her head. She stopped asking me to come out with her friends. Conversations felt forced. Whenever I'd ask if something was wrong, she'd flip it around and ask why I was being paranoid. I actually apologized to her multiple times because she convinced me I was overthinking everything. Then one Friday night, she tells me she's staying at her cousin's place because they're having a girls' night. Cool. Whatever. Around midnight, I realized she accidentally left her iPad at home on the couch. Notifications started popping up while I was watching TV. I wasn't even snooping initially, but then I saw a message preview from some guy named Jay saying, "Can't stop thinking about earlier." My stomach instantly dropped. I opened the messages. Yeah, I know, invasion of privacy, whatever. Don't care anymore. Turns out she'd been cheating on me for at least 5 months with some gym dude she met through her friend group. There were messages about hotels, screenshots of my work schedule, jokes about how clueless I was, all kinds of stuff that genuinely made me feel sick reading it. But the worst part? She was telling him I was emotionally manipulative and borderline scary to justify cheating on me. Completely fabricated. I've literally never even yelled at her. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat there staring at the wall until she came home around 8 the next morning. The second she walked in and saw the iPad on the table, she froze. I asked one question. How long? And she immediately started crying. Like full movie level sobbing. Could barely speak. Kept saying it just happened and she never meant for it to go this far. 5 months isn't just happened. I told her we were done and asked her to leave. I didn't scream. Didn't throw anything. Honestly, I was too numb to even react properly. That's when things somehow got even worse. Lena came from one of those extremely intense families where everybody inserts themselves into everybody else's business. Her mom especially treated her like she could do no wrong. If Lena got a speeding ticket, somehow the police officer was evil. If Lena lost a job, the manager was jealous. That kind of family. So apparently after leaving, Lena went straight to her parent house crying and told them some completely twisted version of events where I threw her out with nowhere to go and was acting unstable. That same night around 10 p.m., I heard pounding on my front door. Not knocking. Pounding. I open it and there are 6 people on my porch. Lena's mom, dad, older brother, 2 cousins, and some random guy I'd never even met before. Her mom immediately starts screaming at me before I can even say anything. You think you can treat our daughter like garbage? Her brother starts trying to push past me into the apartment while her dad points at me saying I better watch myself. I slammed the door halfway shut and told them to get off my property before I called the cops. That's when the random guy, apparently the cousin's boyfriend or something, starts yelling that he'll teach me respect. For a second, I genuinely thought they were going to break the door down. My neighbors were peeking through windows. My dog was freaking out barking. Lena was standing near the driveway crying but not actually stopping any of it. Then her brother kicked the door. Like full force kicked it. At that point I called the police. The second they realized I was actually talking to dispatch, the entire family switched personalities instantly. Suddenly they were calm. Suddenly I was misunderstanding things. Classic. Police showed up maybe 10 minutes later. By then most of them were back near the cars pretending nothing happened. But my downstairs neighbor backed me up completely because apparently the yelling echoed through the whole building. Cops separated everyone and got statements. You know what Lena told them? That they only came because they were worried about her safety. Meanwhile her brother literally left a boot print on my door. The officers basically told them to leave and warned them not to come back. I didn't press charges because honestly I just wanted the whole thing over with. But wait, it still doesn't end there. Over the next week I started getting messages from fake accounts online accusing me of being abusive. Somebody posted my number on Facebook Marketplace ads. Random people were texting me asking if a couch was still available. Someone ordered pizzas to my apartment twice. Then my workplace HR called me in because apparently an anonymous email claimed I was violent toward women. Luckily my manager knew me well enough to realize it was nonsense, but sitting in that office having to defend yourself against complete lies is one of the most humiliating feelings I've ever experienced. Eventually one of Lena's friends reached out to me privately and apologized. Apparently Lena had admitted the cheating to her friend group, and even they were starting to distance themselves because her story kept changing every time she told it. Here's the part that really messed with my head though. About 2 weeks later Lena came back alone. No yelling. No family. No drama. She just stood outside my apartment crying, saying she destroyed everything and wanted another chance. She admitted her family went too far. Admitted she lied about me. Admitted the cheating wasn't a mistake but a series of choices. And for maybe 5 minutes, I almost caved. Because when you spend years loving someone, your brain doesn't shut that off instantly no matter how badly they hurt you. But then I looked at the dent still in my front door. And I realized something. Cheating was already awful. But letting her entire family try to intimidate me, smear me, and basically terrorize me afterward? That wasn't love. That wasn't even guilt. That was someone trying to avoid consequences at any cost. So I told her no. She cried harder. Asked if we could at least stay friends. I said absolutely not. I moved apartments last month. Changed my number. Blocked every single person connected to that family. Honestly, my life is quieter now. Lonely sometimes, yeah, but peaceful. The weirdest part is that I still occasionally catch myself missing the version of her I thought existed. But that person probably never existed in the first place.